Welcome home, gamer. We are back on Mechabellum today for, surprise, surprise, Weekend Tournament European number 34. We have currently 127 participants, so up 130. So we're going to get two small groups. It'll be 6-round tournaments, most likely. So if you're going to be in, if you're under about 50,000 combat power, you're going to be in the rookie group. Actually, it's probably under about 70k, it looks like. Yeah, tourneys are great fun. Even if you don't get the badge, you do learn a lot, for sure. I think it's just grand to try them out. I had a lot of fun with them. That's part of what got me into loving the game. Yeah, Stukov, you'll be solidly in the rookie group there. So you're not coming up against all the top players or anything. You've got every shot at getting a badge in your rookie group. Whole lot of folks that we know. Sunnyside, Vinny, Tasty Bait, Cody. Here's Cat Same You, Baller, Cheeseburglar, Sparty, Ezeel, Sob's in, Mumbo Jumbo's in, Sleeveless Lists, just checked in, Jeep Dave. So lots of our folks. There's Larius. Lots of our folks are in it. Be rooting for all of you. Good luck. Have fun. Don't forget to click ready when you get that first screen. Luminescent versus PlayArcher. I might actually want to cast that one. Ooh, we've got Drake versus Sob. Okay, that might be a better one to cast. Baller versus Didix. Cat's up against Any. Oh no, your first round. Oh, I see. It's dual weekend badge action here. Love it. Love it. Good luck and have fun in that one. All right, welcome to European Weekend Tournament number 34. Our first round match features BellicoseDrake as blue and Sabman as red, two friends of the channel here. Really wishing you guys both the best of luck, even though only one of you can win. See a couple of packs I would like for BellicoseDrake. He takes Rhino Specialist with Fang and Storm. He'll be near side as blue. Sob takes Quick Supply with Fangs and Steel Ball. He'll be far side as red. And Sob, of course, famous for running the War Factory plays. But Drake knows this. So there's a bit of a head game as to whether or not Sob will be going War Factory. So keep an eye on his supplies. If you can, count them in your head as he spends them, because that's good practice for you to be in as the opposition player. Knowing how much he's spent and where he spent it, so that you know how much he has left, can help prevent surprises. Sob coming out with an aggro positioning left. Ball and Fang up on the front line. Central Crawler or Central Fangs to help pull from this side. If he really wants to make sure there's no Crawler out on this flank, he's got to have this Fang further over. Drake went ahead and picked up Fangs number 4 and 5, so he's got 5 Fang formation. These guys out wide in a screening position, so that's going to prevent flanks from just getting in instantly on, and Stormcallers will take care of anything. What is a BellicoseDrake? It's a good question, Cyrex. But the correct answer is the Trashmasters Tournament champion. So, forever the Trashmasters champion. The first of. The only problem is that he has since gone on to gain a tournament win and an actual sanctioned tournament win, and coaching from PantsOfFury and crew, and his MMR is now far too high to defend his title. So. So Saab's aggro wins this one. He added a pair of crawlers. These ones late arriving from the back corners didn't actually contribute a whole lot this round. That is 4 really good cards. Take a look at that. Don't you wish you were offered that out on the regular? Saab's going improved Wraith. Love it. Expensive, but he saved the money, right? He saved the 200, so he's got 100 to unlock, 400 to buy, and he'll have 100 left over for another chaff unit. So making really good use of the quick supply money to get an improved Wraith out on round 2. Drake takes haste module. And oh, look at that. Saab paid attention to Pants. And just goes ahead, slaps the Wraith down right up front. Not worried at all about insta-lock. He had the 100 for another chaff unit. Where did the chaff unit go? There it is. Flanking the left side. So we're just going to try and pull this set apart. Drake sold the right side Stormcaller since the aggro is all on the left. Sold it, rebought it over here. Bang number 6. That is a lot of Fangs. A lot of times that'll go right about here in the Fang conga line to play defense. Yep, there it is. So just pulling everything into a central location so that the Stormcallers can do their work there. And buying as much delay as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think Fangs alone are going to be enough to handle this improved Wraith. This Wraith should just clean up. And two Fangs are not going to stop these late crawlers either. Love the way they split up there. Yep, Wraith through on tower. The flank over here wasn't even necessary. In fact, if I were going to critique anything Saab's done, it's that. I would have just relied on charging straight through this and allowed Drake to build a few more units out on that flank. You know, that would get pulled by this aggro. Nano repair for that improved Wraith. It's such an insta-pick. I can already hear that it's on the unit. There it is. And unlocking Mustangs to kind of round out the Crawler Ball Mustang comp. It's Crawler Ball Mustang with 1 Nano Repair Wraith. And Drake, giving it lots of thought. Yeah, big Nano Repair, right? Drake also takes Nano Repair, so he's got Haste and Nano Repair, really setting himself up for either Giants or Wraiths of his own. Or perhaps a really going heavy Rhino, right? He's Rhino Specialist, it's coming. Oh, here we are. Double Wraith. These are not the improved Wraiths, but 2 Wraiths in defensive positioning. Kind of love it. For me, I might have gone ahead and put this Wraith wider out to make it really the dedicated flank handler and allowed the haste module to bring it back into the fight quickly. Nano repair on the second Wraith. So pound for pound, these are worse than the improved Wraith, right? The improved Wraith is 30% more attack, 30% more hit points, 5 more range, but 2 to 1, the 5 range shouldn't matter. Hello, Zalex. How are you? Welcome, welcome. 40%. 40%? I thought it said 30%. My bad. Well, pound for pound doesn't matter when you have the chaff distracting people at the bottom. Oh, same attack as his listed Wraith, as his hasted Wraith. Okay, that makes sense. But thump. Down it goes. So Saab, 3 rounds in, 3, yeah. Hello, welcome to the chat. Kaldari Battle Cruiser, pretty much. Pretty much. So how are you, Distus? We've got Saab picks up a senior attack. That's very much the right choice out of this, I think. Be surprised if Drake doesn't take it. You've been lurking for a while? Well, thank you. I appreciate the viewership. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to get aggro, but I'm really, really bad at being super, super intent and intense. No, I'm actually trying to go for the relaxed style for people. Have the keep people company, be a soft voice in the ear. I want to be like, I'm kind of modeling myself after an American sports commentator who I grew up listening to, and just has this. You feel like you're hanging out with a friend for 3 hours as you're listening to him broadcast a sporting event. And, just loved listening to him. No, John Miller. But Jim Nance is a decent idea too. Now, John Miller, Baseball Hall of Famer. Wow. Okay, I did not see this coming. Well played, Saab. This back set of Mustangs actually handled the level 2 Rhino. Goodness, well done. Pounding in on tower on both sides. Yoinks. Alright, but I have forgotten the most important thing. Round 1. Who will win? Drake will make the comeback. Sabman is in control. Alright, there we go. You guys got a 5 minutes to get your bets in. Bet your channel points. Earn more, earn less. It's up to you. And the bets are Drake will come back or Saab will close it out. Okay, both sides took mobilized battleship. Having seen the Rhino, Saab adds a pair of wraiths on that side. And having seen the Rhino fail, Drake sold out of the Rhino to have a bunch of money. Saab's battleship is coming in off of this flank, which I like. We're in a lot of trouble here. Oh, improved wraith says increases attack by 30%. I was right. Increases attack by 30, hit points by 30. The haste module increases by 40. And we're adding a... That's a drop. You're playing like crap. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Cat. Disappointing. Okay, I like this from Drake. Add the ranged melting point. What do I think about wraiths? I really have problems using them. I love them. Love them. They are so much fun, but they're definitely a... they're definitely a unit it takes practice to work through and figure out how to use best. Stukov says, I got beaten soundly by wraiths. Yeah, I really like them, but I had Cat Say Mew here, who's a good Wraith player, kind of guide me through some of the thinking about it. In fact, I really need to go back and turn that chat in, or that, excuse me guys, that's pretty loud. Thanks, apologies for the sound there, guys. At any rate, I had Kat kind of guiding me through thinking about them and how to play them. So I think they've got a place. I think they play really well in certain builds. I use them in an aggro style, the way that Saab is using them here. I play it very differently. Like, my version of this formation would be a whole bunch of crawlers scattered around the board to arrive late and distract any single targets. Oh no! Cat, you got this. You're just a cup of coffee short, that's all. So yeah, I like these two as that kind of late arriving. The idea there is they'll be the single target distraction. So this melting point hopefully is going to spend its time or waste its time on these crawlers. Um, I feel like there needs to be a wave from about this depth as well. And I usually have built out my board to support that if I'm planning on going Wraiths from the get-go. This looks more like Sab audibled into Wraiths following kind of the heart of the cards when he saw the improved Wraith pack come up. Drake has added a melting point on the far side, so it's going to handle these two Wraiths also. Flames on these Stormcallers really did a good job against the late arriving chaff. So this is kind of a good answer to what I would try to do, right? Like light the ground on fire so my chaff can't get there. On the other hand, it still took them enough time that the Wraith got through almost unscathed, and he hasn't even added 8-gun to it yet. Doesn't need to. Sab in complete control right now. And Drake at 562 hit points needs something to turn it around. And we've got Giant Hunter for Sab. So that's one. I mean, if this game goes long, he's gonna make his money back, and then some, right? If Drake does start to turn it around, any giant that Sab kills is gonna help. But I would rather see that money invested in just, debt, range, speed right off the bat. Save the 100 from Giant Hunter. Have an extra 150 supply this round. 350 if you took the debt, right? And just close this out. Throw more units down on the board. Wherever you need to bring units from to create the openings that you need. Multi-beam. Yeah, Fury, Giant Hunter's the safe pick, but, I did enough. This kind of takes me from... This is the sort of thing I learned when I had the crummy computer that couldn't handle a 10 or 11 round epic. It's like before I was even casting. But you would get to these points like round 7 econ choices, and if I could predict my opponent taking them, versus me throwing down debt and just trying to close the game out, a lot of times that, having the 200, 300, 400 credit advantage over your opponent is enough to close the game out. Especially when your guy's down on 562 hit points and didn't win the last round. Like, don't take the safe pick, just go for the throat. Finish it off. Don't give him a chance to get the comeback started, right? And here it is, the comeback is starting. We didn't even get our money, any of our money back because we haven't killed a single giant this time. Off. And that hurt. We lose the anti-missile device that we bought. Yeah, multi-beam was a good choice for Drake. Sab goes for orbital javelin. Deployment specialist would have been so good with a Wraith build, but it's a bit late, I think. But still, even then, throw down 4 more chaff and get your Wraiths out in front. That's kind of what I would be thinking. This melting point has improved firepower control system now. And we've sold the haste wraith from this side and bought a haste wraith on the other side. Missed that earlier, but it's leveled up off of these two. And picking up these level 2 crawlers as well. So everything that dies on this side is feeding a lot of experience to this wraith. More flames, right for the right side. We've gone to level 2 scorpions for Sob. Is this the answer? Is this the answer to the melting points? Okay. We've orbital javelined it, so it's going to be down to 24,000 hit points. And that orbital javelin's also going to hit and probably kill this wraith if nothing else is done on this side. Fourth melting point, so we're going to have a surviving melting point on this side anyways. Missile to take care of the early chaff. Yep. This is one reason why front fangs are helpful in the wraith aggro, right? You want to make sure things don't lock onto the... You don't... Like, the key to making it wraith aggro work is to ensure that the melting point doesn't lock onto it early enough. And we've not done that here. We've got units dying to missiles on this side. We don't have shield on our fangs yet. Oi. Oh no. That is a solid 2,000 damage, right? All of a sudden, 2 rounds, Sob has gone from in complete control to sitting on 162 hit points. Counter melters with range. The comeback is real. Okay, we have countered melters with smoke. We're not quite going to bring the shield down before the smoke gets there. But we are going to have a little bit of smoke on the field. Siege Mode Scorpions did quite good work for you today. I can see it. Oh, he's sold out of the wraiths entirely, leaving Sob with aerial specialization Mustangs. That's out a tech, essentially. Both sides have the battleship. This is a completely exposed back line. Sob has gone in with double War Factory. There comes the War Factory counter again. Drake has dropped 2 melting points back, and I like this. These are not really intended as battle melting points. They're intended as crawler production. So he's creating delayed chaff with this staggered placement. Is creating chaff arriving at different times, which is going to be nice for him. I think that actually is going to work out really, really well for him. The mobile battleship getting in on tower, really devastating for Sob. I'd have liked to have seen this one brought in the back line to protect against that, because his formation was so open to it. Oh no! Boom! Drake in complete control. Had this covered all the way. You guys knew to bet on Drake, right? Did anybody bet on Drake? Did anybody bet on Drake? Oh dear. Yeah, Drake's like, yeah, totally had it the whole time. Of course. Of course you did. Okay, PlayArcher crushed Luminescent. Which I'm somewhat glad to see. Dionis over Schlimmerfilet. We should run our ad. Okay. Reven beat Optimus Prime. Tasty Bait. Looks like Durance gave Tasty Bait a run for their money. Sob obviously had a close one with Drake. That was good. Oh my gosh, Nash! Thank you so much. Wow. I forgot what game I was playing. I should have just massed one unit like the game wants you to. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see. Who has just been gifted a tier 1 sub from Just Nash? Dr. Silvano, congratulations. Tuvan, J-Fuel, B-Blast, ODB, Catonic TV, Don Tommy for you. Look at that, Leviticus, Dragoon. Fancy Keys gets gifted a sub. And EMP 2049, our EMP expert. Cody with the win over Apollon. Looks like Cody. Oh, I kind of wish I'd cast this one. Cody down to 189 hit points. Turned it around with the win. And Apollon obviously surrenders at the end there on the last round. Fury gets dodged. Just Nash is the true Santa, and really one of the big supporters of the channel, who I deeply, deeply appreciate. Doesn't often chat, but is always watching, and I really appreciate the support, man. Okay, I got distracted by the amazing generosity of my chat and missed covering the rest of the matches that we saw there. So, what all did we have? PlayArcher beat Luminescent, White of the Egg beat Costul, Dionis beat Schlemmerfilet, Sunnyside over Hertz, our 201 guest beat Irwin, Royal International Pound beat Gambit, Reven beat Optimus Prime, Vinny Vidi Vici beat LMCV, that was probably a really good match. Tasty Bait had the win, Wom with the win, BellicoseDrake we saw, Flix, we knew CodiFly beat Apollon, oh, Saley beat Azil, Xenormester beat Sparty, so Sparty is in the spoiler role, I believe. Horner, Cheeseburglar didn't ready up? Oh no. Baller beat Didix, never touched. Couldn't lay a glove on him. Any beat Chaff Lives Matter, we knew that from what Kat had told us. Congrats to Sleeveless Liss and Jeep Dave for winning their first round matches. Larius wins his first. Alright, let's pick up Baller and Azztap. I think that'll be a lot of fun. All right. So prediction is up. You guys have your options. Either you think Baller's got this, or you think the Amarok curse is real, and you're betting on Azztap. Azztap red Farside as aerial specialist with a really deep deploy, 4 crawlers, and 2 Phoenix and 1 marksman. The marksman is an odd choice. Yes, Just Nash. A bunch of people have been buying skins for units. I do notice it's the folks that are the most committed to seeing the game succeed. Just observationally, it's people who are like, no, I really love this game. I'm putting 1,000 hours into it. I'm going to buy the skins to make sure that the developers have enough money and are getting in. Oh, this is the first time you've seen it live in game? No, we've seen it a couple of times. But yeah, Baller here has the level 3 marksman skin. Good job pointing it out. And Baller, obviously one of the people I'm talking about, who's committed to seeing the game succeed. Which, I really appreciate. I really love the people that are, in a position. If you're in a financial position to do that, and you're enjoying this game as much as I am, please do support the game. Game devs need to feed families too. That's some golden boats, gold skins. Very fun to shoot them down. Dude, that just feels wrong. I also wish that the gold skin were for the level 2 boat, like the royal blue. It feels weird to have the skin on the level 1, to me. I mean, I get why they did it for giant, for a giant. Because how often are you going to see the level 2 and level 3? But, autocorrect did you dirty? Alright. Round 1 went to Azztap, we kind of saw. Round 2, Baller brings out a bit of chaff, which was really all it was needed. Boom, 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 turns it around. Instant picks Amplifying Core and adds range for their... Oh no, Baller. Why are we going range on our arc lights? Tell me we're not doing an arc light carry, please. Please, please tell me we're not doing arc light carry. We have added haste module and amplifying module. So we've got those available to us. Azztap unlocks arc lights. Okay, so pair of arcs. I am so confused by you guys right now. Why are we all in arc lights? Why? Somebody tell me why we're in arc lights. Okay. Arc lights S tier. Oh wait, now we have hasted fangs. What is even happening in this game? I am so confused. Okay, we have a hasted fang and a amp core ranged arc light. Oh my goodness, why? Everyone is spamming linked tanks like crazy. Nostalgia arcs, yes, this definitely. This is the state of the game from probably July. It's the Arclight versus Arclight battles with carry arcs as the absolute meta. They were so good. Baller takes heavy armor. Please tell me that's not going on another Arclight. So does Azztap. Azztap has both their upgrades available. Also a little confused by this kind of diagonal offset. I had thought about a formation like this for a while, trying to make like a... It's for fairness. Angel, you're not wrong. If both players pick arcs, nobody's at a disadvantage. So, okay. Azztap, definitely a gentleman then, because he's also bought into range. Stukov, first win in a tournament. Congratulations. Good feeling. Very nice. 1-1. Hello, Sign. How are you? Okay, yes, so both sides now have ranged arcs, and 3 of them, so we're equally committed to them. I had thought about trying to make a diagonal formation like this work. Ready for the long weekend, very nice. Wraiths and stuff, 1 against Melty Boys and stuff. Good, go Wraiths! Wraith better than Melter, you heard it here confirmed. We've actually beaten Melter quite a few times with Wraith, so... Melting Point is the obvious counter to Wraith, so your Wraith build needs to include an answer to Melting Points as a part of your plan. Right. So round 4, Azztap has turned this around. I was joking about it, but obviously range on the Arclights was the right choice for them. They've also added, my S-tier unit, the Sledgehammer. One with heavy armor and 1 with amp core. So, obviously the Sledge player is going to win this. This is the answer I was expecting. Instead of putting 300 into giving range to your Arclights and 100 into leveling up this Arclight and 50 into leveling up this Arclight, that's 450. I was expecting that to have been turned into a Vulcan and then start selling out of these to turn it into the other Vulcan. rather than getting invested in it in arc lights. Both sides have the wasp call in. They have both put it on the same side, of correctly identifying where that spot is weak to weak in terms of anti-air. Azztap has added a pair of Mustangs, so we're really going with the collect the whole set. We're up to... Basically, Azztap is unlocking and deploying a new unit type each round. And these Vulcan's doing great work, and there are some fangs back here to take care of the wasps. You know, everybody thinks of Mustang as the insta wasp counter, but fangs do a pretty darn good job too. If you're strong in fangs, you're not going to worry too much about a wasp build, I think. So Azztap wins that. I think correctly identifying where Baller was going to put the wasp call in was key for that one. So well done there. Betting odds were 50-50. Wasps die from a stiff wind. It's not... You're not wrong. The storm call-in will absolutely demolish wasps. Okay, Baller has added range for the Vulcans and range for the marksmen, so we're going to have the whole battle happening from further range. All of our key damage dealers. Ooh, and portable shield on the fangs. So, I love it. Oh, Azztap, nice. But why? That is a little bit odd. I mean, it's perfect placement, and I think some of these are still going to run into fire. But it's almost perfectly placed to protect against that. I guess he's protecting his highest level Mustangs with the shield. Hello, hello, Zak. Hello, hell. I think you meant hello, all. And you are in the Amarok's broadcast booth with me, even if you're completely silent. Have completely muted yourself. Feel free to join us. We're casting, not playing, so no worries about interrupting. Wasps remind me of Cobra flight pods. Love it. All right. Pants, please do. You're welcome too. You've got permissions still. Come on in. Hello, hello, Zak.
Hello, hello.
How are you, man?
Yes, very good, thank you. Very good. So we're doing a bit of casting. You didn't play.
I didn't play. I was looking at it, but I wound up playing Jagged Alliance till about 2 in the morning with Riot, and
Right.
was
Oh, by the way,
rolled myself.
I have Jagged Alliance 3 now.
Huh? You do? You've got it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to complete the first few missions, and so I know kind of how to play it. But then I want you to invite me to play it.
Oh, heck yeah! Let's do this. Okay, I absolutely want to stream you and I multiplayering it. We just like make
Fantastic.
that one of our things. We'll like just do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Brilliant.
That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work? You're basically
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over all of the...
Are you co-op or are you against each other?
No, you're co-op.
Cool.
So you do the whole thing with each of you controlling each of you controlling specific mercenaries over the course of the game, and then you can assign a mercenary from player to player. So it's not like you're locked in, but like you get into like, okay, this is the way I'm playing this character, so you really know their strengths and weaknesses. It's pretty cool.
Okay, excellent. Sounds good.
Azztap rolling through Baller on that round. Yikes.
He needs to get some fire down. That's what he needs. I'm sure his Vulcans have got some fire missiles.
Wow, okay. Baller, really well played. Perfect timing on the caller, the caster response, as though Zak had pushed the button for you. He needs to get some fire down. You push the incendiary bomb button right at that instant. Pretty impressive.
Beautiful.
And we've
I
added
did.
elite
I
marksman for
played
the.
quite well in the Asia tournament today, actually.
I saw that. I saw that. In fact, if you check back on the stream, our pre-game tournament or pre-tournament cast includes a shout out to you.
Oh, does it? Oh, very
Yes,
nice. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
I memed because Pantso was teaching you his way of doing donuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's really strong, and I love the way he just econs, and I love the way that he just puts the donuts on the line, and I'm gonna do that. And I played some really top players, and they were finding it really difficult to deal with.
Nice.
I basically Assmans and donutted my way to
To a top 6 finish. Ah!
5-0. I was 5-0, and then I was going into the 6th game, and that's the one I think I lost against a very, very good player, and
Yeah.
he just wiped the floor with me. Just the donuts didn't even get going.
Right. Well, that is the key to stopping a donut build, is to make sure the donuts don't get going. They're a snowball.
Yeah. And then the last game, I think I played Dionysus, and he's a very good player.
Yeah, one of the top Russian players.
I was gonna donut him, and then he started with Mustangs and a marksman, and I was just like, oh, I can't do it. Didn't even have the right, and then he ended up rushing me, and I was doing really well until he put 2 fortresses, war factories down, and sort of sold out of his build, and I didn't adjust quick enough. So yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
all good.
Cat, as the Wraith expert, says, "Wait, I can't figure out if I'm playing poorly if you keep trying to Wraith me, people." True. I think it's very true. Play something I can't shut down hard.
I really liked Pantso's way of doing it, for sure. I think it's definitely adjusted my way of playing Wraiths now.
Right.
Glad I could be of use.
Yeah, no, it really was. I didn't get a chance to do your fort build, but that's kind of next. I had carry forts selected, and I was kind of thinking how I was going to do it, and then just ended up ass-manning and donutting my way through. So yeah, it was really good. Played some good players.
Yeah, carry forts, I'm not sure how. I feel like donuts are in a better place than carry forts.
Right. Yeah. Well, the other thing that I really liked about the donuts is some of the players I was playing were trying to do the kind of standard Vulcan Phoenix thing. You could see that that's one that he wanted to do, but the donuts, the donut rush really puts them off their game. They really struggle getting their kind of composition right and getting everything kind of set up correctly.
Yeah, I think the donut rush is sort of like a knowledge check almost. Like, you have to know that there's only 2 counters, and those 2 counters are very specific. It's melters or anti-air marksman.
Yes.
Yes. And it's unfortunately just a knowledge check. Like, if you execute the donut rush perfectly, and they don't choose those counters, like, they're just I've never lost against anything but those units.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of what really got me going was watching you coach Amarok, and that opponent did get the melters going, right?
Yeah.
That as soon as you got that Giga Donut going, even that could not take out, even the melters couldn't take out that, and they were just getting there too fast. And I thought, yeah, this is really viable. This strategy is much better than the way I've been doing it. And I'm really conscious of my econ as well, given our conversation, and just making sure I had loads of econ and was just really ratcheting it up every time, selling the kind of useless units like the sledges or the balls or the arty. Yeah, it was great.
Yep. Well, I'm glad to hear that it's worked out well for you.
Yeah, good job. Thank you.
Took him to sixth place in tournament this morning.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Solid. So we have joined Drake in progress. Our Trash Masters champion has a couple of melting points, just 1 or 2, or 8, you know.
Awesome. Chaff melting points. Just he's just the only thing with that. He's obviously got the directional thing on his crawlers. It's not working that well because it's just covering the field in acid where his melters are going to be appearing, which I'm not sure I like. But
How are you viewing this game? Looks, as far as I'm seeing, is the result was already decided.
Yeah, I got into it before the result was decided.
Oh,
It
okay.
said GG,
Okay, got
so
it.
we knew this one's over.
You really have to mute chat, don't you? In-game chat to not get spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish it would remember, like it says it's for the login, but I know I had turned it off previously in this login and it was back, so hey. Please don't.
It is sort of funny that they haven't figured out a way to anti-spoil properly yet, because the betting still also spoils. No matter what.
Right. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
chat,
you just go all in and win this spawner war.
Chat requested PlayArcher's next match, which happens to be against Baller.
oof.
Shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Because
Sure.
one of the other options is Sunny versus Cody.
Ooh, that's also good.
I think Sunny versus Cody deserves a match.
I
Although we
actually,
know what we're gonna. Yeah.
yeah, I actually feel like I would rather, since we just did a Baller match, I think we're gonna do Sunny versus Cody. We'll come to PlayArcher for round 4, I think. But Sunny
Right.
versus Cody should be really good.
PlayArcher has got to be one of like the most wholesome or like sweet streamers.
Yeah.
He like
Yes.
popped into my chat a few times and was like, "Could you like check out my stream sometime?"
Oh.
It was like very wholesome. I checked
Right.
it out. I like subbed to him and he's like, "You're my first sub.
Oh
Oh
my
god,
gosh.
I'm so happy." It's like, "Oh my
Nice.
god, what a..." And then he's just such a nice guy. I love people like that.
I'm gonna have to definitely check him out.
Yeah, after that.
Yeah,
after that
I mean,
recommendation,
he
for
mostly
sure.
speaks in Russian,
In
as far as
Russian,
I
yeah.
understand. So
Right.
it is a little hard, but he spoke pretty good English with me for a little bit. He definitely tried to engage with me,
Yep.
Excellent.
but I really appreciated just his energy and effort and
Yeah.
wholesomeness.
Yep.
Enthusiasm. I love some good enthusiasm.
Amen.
Oh yes.
Had a good conversation with Steel Sane last night because he's also a Russian streamer that streams primarily in Russian, but will speak English if you join him. So he was not planning on defending his title today because he's busy celebrating. He said most of the Russian players will not be out there. We celebrate for our weekend, for our New Year's is because of communism and religion issues. What a lot of the West celebrates, the way that the West celebrates Christmas, got moved to celebrating New Year's in Russia. So you know, it's the family time, it's the exchanging gifts time, it's non-religious, non-denominational holiday. PlayArcher, Fury, or Steel Sane? Okay, we have Sunnyside as blue near side with Supply Specialist. Has started off with, 3 arcs, 2 storms, and adds a pair of crawlers. Rather than doing that horizontal crawler, they're slightly offset inside so that they don't get pulled so hard to corners. It's kind of the same solution that Pants was talking about on stream yesterday, but a little bit different solution to it. To the same problem. Cody
Yeah,
is
that's
marksman
what I do.
specialist, so we've got the orange man. We at one point we owned 3 arc lights, but we don't want arc lights enough that we have sold one of. Nope, we've sold one of them already, and have 2 arc lights, 2 crawlers, 2 steel balls, and the level 3 marksman.
Is he Assmanning? He could be.
He didn't buy into another marksman.
Right. He's just rushing.
Just rushing.
Interestingly, Cody's been. He said he's been donating a lot of MMR this week. He's been on a real downswing.
Oh, there's the third arc. It was just way back here. I missed it against.
Right, he kept it.
Yeah, he kept it. I just missed. I misread the board. Assman doing work, or Orange Man doing work, I should say. Cyrex, you're not wrong. Stormcallers either win or lose that early round hard. It depends. And going up against crawlers and balls, it was going to be a tough ask for the Storms. Cody took heavy armor really quickly. Sunny giving some thought to presumably to mass-produced Wraith and heavy armor.
What do we think about mass-produced race? They're only gonna count when they get up to level 2 and 3 against those balls, right? But still a pretty good answer.
Well, he went with Sunny went with Assault Fang, and hello Chronometrics. Hello, hello. All right, variant of the conga line, right? Basically drawing the units out to this arc light instead of to the tower. So we're going to kind of slightly pull them out here. Unfortunately, we've also got double flank. Cody loves the either an arc light or sledgehammer behind a crawler to pull over chaff and then reckon it.
To be fair, I love that as well.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite, if the only flank I really ever do. Maybe mass-produced sledges as well.
Yeah.
But a pair of chaff and an arc light is just so cost-effective.
Right.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, Cody is going to commit to this flank.
Okay.
He won't be selling out of this. He'll be adding loads of units to this flank.
Yeah, I found the most efficient answer to the flank that Cody did is one time I was playing against Arbiter and I did this. He just literally sold all of his units that was being pulled there, and he just leveled his tower to level 2.
Right.
And it took the Arclight 5 years to take the tower, and so just never ended up doing anything. I guess it was against a Fang Arclight flank.
Yeah.
So little less DPS.
Right, and the answer I would add to that is kind of the classic, the way that Beagle Rush used to do it with adding a Phoenix there, so you get the single target damage. So you've got 3 different things with 3 different types of damage there. So just upgrading the tower, and now you've got Phoenix hitting the tower. It still takes it a little while, but it'll get through it a lot faster.
But once they've added Phoenix, now I think that's in the territory of they've actually committed.
Yeah.
And now it's deserving of a real response.
Right.
The issue with the Arclight in the corner is it's so little money that it's so hard to find an efficient response.
Right.
And that's what you saw from me yesterday, is I really always try to find like a very efficient response to a flank.
Yep.
I like where CodiFly's at. I think Sunnyside's made a few little tiny missteps. Missiles where a missile wasn't necessary, in my opinion. Interesting cards here.
Whoa, yeah.
I think enhancement is the right pickup. I think range spec is bait here. Usually in an aggro versus standard matchup, you don't really want the range.
Mass-produced melting point for Cody.
Nice.
Wow. This is concerning to me. I mean, it's gonna cost 250 for those
Right.
melters because Cody
He's-
already has senior man.
Right. So we just slap down as many melting points as we feel like for the rest of the game.
I'd like to see Sunnyside save these 50s on the sentries. I don't think the sentries are worth it. You already have an arc light there.
Well,
Um,
we've gotten an
oh,
Overlord
but
covering this
but Sunny's. Wow, Sunnyside's reading the commitment to the flank. Sunny knows more than me. I shouldn't have doubted Sunny.
too.
This missile's gonna come in and have major value. It's gonna get the balls and probably a handful of Mustangs while it's at it. Alright, now I'm pretty high on the Sunnyside stock.
Right.
I think high enough to throw down 2 tickets.
You're throwing down tickets. Okay, I'm gonna have to back opposite you. There we go. Make sure I pay out to my co-caster if they're right about this.
Yeah, great round by Sunny and a bit of a misstep, I think, from Cody. I really liked his play up till this round, but I think
Yeah, he had Sunny
maybe
on
he
the
was
ropes.
just. Yeah, and I would have loved to see him commit to the other side, right?
Even into the missile. We'll just eat the missile and.
Instead, he decided. Yeah, it still requires Sunny to answer it eventually.
Right.
Or just deploy on the line on the right side of the map. Definitely were good options. He had a tower cheese available with storms,
Right.
or with phoenixes. So yeah, this commitment to the left flank might be the undoing. We have the melters coming out. That should be good against the boats. I think it'll be a classic game of who can clear the chaff, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, the boats will win if the chaff is cleared first. They will just delete those melters.
We can still drop a Phoenix on this corner, and just take tower, right?
Yeah.
And the Wasp call-in is going to do a lot of work. We haven't leveled up towers at all. There's nothing back here but crawlers. Sunny turning it around.
I'm surprised Sunny's not playing around the tower cheese. Sunny's very disciplined usually.
Well, there is a
Usually
missile.
picks up on this stuff.
Oh, I see. Playing around the tower cheese. I see what you mean.
Yeah, the storm
This
cheese
corner.
is a common play right now.
Right.
Value missile from Sunny on the left. But that's gonna eventually catch up, right? Surely. Oh, Sunny's got the Wasp Swarm.
Yeah, Sunny's Wasp Swarm is
This-
just
This could be devastating.
yeah,
Just
got the
barely took
tower.
tower. Wow.
Got the tower and
All right.
distracted these 2 melters for the whole round. I mean, they've done nothing but shoot wasps and chaff.
What's this gonna be? 2,400 damage?
Yeah.
Cody flies all of a sudden on the back foot. And so just imagine how that would have gone if the Storm Cheese by Cody had worked.
Right.
He would have taken tower first, then the Wasps wouldn't have taken his tower.
Right.
Or sorry, would have taken a much longer time.
Right. And
I still
playing-
think it's a coin flip though. Both
Right.
players have a great position.
And playing around that with a pack of fangs back here would have been really nice too. Just to cover against the wasps.
It's surprising you didn't think of that. Maybe you just run out of money.
Yeah.
You know, one missile as soon as there's. I suppose the way wasps appear. No, it does normally get most of them, doesn't it?
It gets almost all of them, yeah. 150 missile will get, depending on positioning, can get all or most. Alright, the storm cheese is pretty much covered. Not entirely. Oh, jeepers. I was going to say because...
The Storm Cheese ironically isn't covered right
Yeah,
now
'cause it would
because the
fire
Storm
over
just...
that. Yeah.
shoots. It looks so weird, but yeah, Storm would just actually take tower.
Yeah, to actually prevent the Storm Cheese, he needs the crawlers to be about here. But this is aggro against Cody's undefended tower, not defending his defense. Tom Drum says, "It's the battle of the enemy, lasses." You're not wrong. Oh,
Does that missile lock out and get those crawlers, or does it get the guys in front?
here comes
Cody's
the
missile.
two different ways of getting to that tower between the
Wow.
Phoenix and the Overlords.
Sunnyside's discipline, composure in these like high stress situations just showing out.
Right.
This is why Sunny's such a scary player. Like, you think you have Sunny, and you just never do. It's never an easy game to play against Sunnyside.
Right.
I've lost quite a few games against Sunnyside in similar fashion.
Get that other boat before the tower goes down. That's big. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh
not
wow,
enough
that
damage
actually
left on the
went.
board.
I thought that was going to be game for sure with how quickly he took tower. Cody gonna pull this out maybe? Cody just shores up the weaknesses. Looks like he's winning the left side hard.
Yeah, winning the left side, despite losing tower on the right.
Yeah, that's the real head scratcher.
Right.
Alright, Photon for Sunny makes sense. I assume Cody's picking up Photon as well. It's just gotta
Yeah.
be
How can you not at this point, right?
pretty massive value.
Like, just drop it onto this whole pack of units. It makes a little less sense for Sunny because you could have bought photon emission on all the boats,
Put
but
it on the boats.
it's
Yeah,
700. It's 700 cost. This is 150 cost essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Good
So
point.
Cody's
Goes to the
taking.
next round if it goes well.
Cody's thinking about it a lot. Sunnyside picking up Wasp spawning, conceivably good. There's only one pack of Mustangs for Cody, but it will take it down surprisingly
there's a
fast. That's what
new
I
pack of
found.
Mustangs back here with pack of wasps.
Oh,
and a
yeah.
missile. So that's gonna work out here and then turn around and help against the wasp spawning.
Swarming.
Swarming. I have no idea what swarming is, guys. I'm sorry.
Wasp swarming.
We are making up words now.
This is interesting. Very interesting.
Who do you think
I
wins
would've
this
liked to
round,
see if-
Pants? What do you see?
I don't know. I think Sunnyside had it. If they just missiled a little bit more, I would have liked to see a few more sentries just to try and guarantee the W. It's hard. This is a coin flip for me.
Cody
Looks very
did
close.
skip the photon emission too. He's quite ballsy.
Looks like Sunnyside's gonna get there.
These wasps arriving from the back in time to protect the level 2 overload were key.
Yeah.
Spawning shielded wasps is just such a good value. There it is, GG.
Yeah.
The Cody won
Sayoxin
the-
said, "Hi, I enjoyed the co-stream last night."
Nice.
Wow. Pumping out that good content.
Yeah, really glad you enjoyed that, Sayoxin. Appreciate it. There is a newer version of the game. Please exit the game and restart Steam to update.
What?
Did you guys?
Tournament
Yeah,
over?
I just had it. So
Did you guys-
I got the same thing.
You seriously put an update out
There's no way.
during tournament?
You're in the middle of a tournament. I know.
There's no way.
So every player is now going, "What the hell? Am I losing this? Am I out?"
There's no point in being mean, right? But I think authenticity is important. This was a questionable update.
Yes, a questionable
I agree.
time to update for sure. Okay, but the tournament has
I
not
wonder-
been terminated, and it looks like
No,
there's
it
a
has-
match happening between Reven and Drake.
Yeah.
Zalix said... the patch is fixed an issue where some players were unable to see the unit skins they purchased. And then Zalix says you can rejoin the tourney after closing the game.
Okay, nice.
So that's actually huge. That was not always the case.
That was not always the case, unfortunately.
I have had
When you
tournaments
quit
that I
out,
got booted from for
yeah.
game crashes. So
Yeah, apparently they fixed a bug where you couldn't rejoin a tournament after a bug fix was rolled out. So that's good.
So half the player base just had a minor heart attack.
Keeping them on their toes, that's all. Just keeping them on their toes.
Zalix says you just can't rejoin a match that you dropped from. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right. Drake is far side with the 4 wraiths, Rhino Specialist, Top Supply, Range Specialist, Tech Specialist. Yeah, we've got to get in on predicting a red victory, don't we?
Yeah.
I just took it because the odds were good, but I think Drake probably is going to win.
Zalix says he speaks from experience on rejoining tournaments after crashes. I had a weird experience with that, Zalix, where I'd had at least one that I dropped and was able to rejoin, and then assured somebody in the stream that was possible, only for it not to have worked for them. So I felt terrible about it, and never recommended it again. So it may depend on. I have no idea what it would depend on.
I like these defensive donuts, by the way. They're really rocking. Just
Pretty spicy.
Dishing out damage from range.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as any unit comes in range, they're on it, and they transition back into offense pretty nicely. So double tech and with 2 items on them.
Interestingly, he doesn't have the degen beam, which I guess, I mean, even when you're getting rushed, you don't need it when they're dishing out that much damage.
Yeah, and degen beam, the conventional wisdom is it gets countered by photons so hard that there's no point in keeping it.
Right.
I can't believe I voted against Drake after Drake has done the full 3-fang conga line.
Oh, it is the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
He did the full 3-fang conga line, and I voted against him. He's guaranteed to win. He's got the 3-fang conga line. That's an auto win.
Can't possibly lose with that, right? It's not just the 3-fang.
Nuts.
It's the 3-fang triple tech conga line.
Yeah.
They're not just shaft.
nuts.
They do real damage.
So
They have shields. If you get far enough, they're inside a shield bubble. We will not die. The conga line will survive. We've already seen GG called. The real question is the conga line going to survive? And look at that. The conga line is still alive.
Look at the damage being done. Ooh, that's decent. He takes out 2 of those. It's this one he has to worry about, though, isn't it? The one coming from the back line. That's the damage dealer. Yeah, beautiful.
Oomp. Drake had
I think
complete control.
Ironically, taking range on the fangs was a little awkward because I think they started to outrange the donuts.
You're
Yes.
actually not wrong, right? They had 142 meter range to 122 from the wraiths. You don't want to do that.
I was like, why are these donuts getting locked on?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because.
Yeah.
Okay.
The better choice between those 2 techs would have been Ignite for when they reached the. Drake says they did, but I'm all about taking Pants insight. Oh, there is now smack talking.
Just trying to make some insight, Drake.
Okay.
Just trying to make some insight.
Point betting. Okay, Drake is here to put on a good show. Let's go around the room here. Dionis beat Sleeveless. Oh, sorry, Sleeves. Oh, I guess you were in the spoiler role already, so it's not like you got knocked out. Saley loses to the last week's 7th place finisher. PlayArcher beat Baller. Sunnyside over Cody. BellicoseDrake beat Reven. Tasty Bait beats Wom. Royal International Pound beat Flicks. Pants, somebody was asking earlier in the stream if do you know who that's? Is Royal International Pound a Smurf of another well-known name?
I don't know. I
Got
do not
stomped.
know.
Got the update early. Sleeveless. I love it. The white of the egg. Oh, it's of Skay. Royal International Pound is of Skay. Thank you, Smooth Jazz. Appreciate it. And welcome to chat. Appreciate that you're here. The white of the egg beats Xenormester. This is a little bit odd. I wonder if we had a disconnect or something. Or surrender, possibly. But Any beats Altags TV, and Vinny Vidi Vici beats Marn. So Vinny Vidi Vici top of the table right now. The number 1 seed is here in chat. There are 10 unbeatens left, so we are still on pace for 7 rounds, and we won't be collapsing down to 6 rounds this match because there's an even number of unbeatens. And our match is going to be, we're going to be watching, I think, PlayArcher versus Any. Other matches out there will be the White of the Egg versus BellicoseDrake, Dionis and Tasty Bait, Sunnyside and Skay. But, we are committed
We have
to
to
the.
watch Vinny, surely.
Well, we are committed to the PlayArcher at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just looking through the MMR because I wanted to see the MMR leaderboards to see who is the favorite in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've noticed is, wow, Twitch streamers are down bad. You have Sacco and Monkst at all-time lows. Rat is quite low. Sarah, who doesn't stream but is famous, 2100,
right,
is down at 1860. I'd say I'm definitely below my peak for sure.
Well,
it's an interesting time.
No, you know the problem, right?
What?
Okay, Rat puts out a video which promises to improve everybody's MMR. Everybody who was winning loses 200 MMR because other people have learned how to fight. I dropped from 1600 to 1400 because of Rat's video. None of you, I'm telling you,
what is
none
this
of you
Rat's video?
None of you out there should go watch that video. It will not help you at all. It will steal MMR from casters like me. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Rat's rules.
Rat's rules, exactly. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go find Surrey Mechabellum on YouTube.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, Mechabellum YouTube.
Yeah, it's a short video. It's absolutely pants. This is source. Sacco has just stopped playing Mecha for real. What? Source? End of his last stream. No, Sacco.
What did he say? I have to go watch the VOD. It sounds real. Was it planned? Was he planning on saying this, or was this just spontaneous that he said this?
Whoa.
I'm just saying this because obviously I love Sacco. Sacco's one of the greatest.
Streams are amazing.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. He's obviously got something else to move on to, I imagine.
Yeah, whatever he moves on to, I want to keep following him.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him talk about fairy tale fables. Doesn't seem like his thing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw a couple of people going onto the backpack one, which I thought is the person you stream with, Pantso. He plays a lot of that, doesn't he?
Wonderboat.
No.
Miracle.
Miracle. Time for a miracle.
Oh yeah, Time for Miracle.
Yeah, he got a nice little bump in viewership riding that wave. Very happy for him. He really deserves it. He's put in a lot of disciplined effort to grow his channel, and that's awesome to see him get some success there.
Good.
All right, in the match in front of us, Any is near side blue elite specialist. and started with Mustangs that are going out front of the line, and Marksmen, which do have Assault Marksman tech sitting right behind them. We've dropped in 2 new Elite Marksmen, oh my goodness, which are coming right up into the front as well, so anybody and their brother can see the Assault Mode build coming.
This is ballsy, and he's gotten really. Oh, he is spreading them out. I was going to say he's gotten really spread out, and I find using the chaff Mustangs.
Yeah, using the Mustangs as chaff, ballsy.
Wow. They do miss the first volley quite nicely, to be fair, right? I mean, you know, he's obviously selling out of them maybe at some point.
Oh, I don't think he's selling out of them. I think those are legit his chaff.
No way.
Yeah, they're a free unit from the start. He's just going to leave them there and play with them. Absolutely, I guarantee it. He's not selling out of those.
I'm intrigued to see someone else do this Assman. This is very similar to my Assman, but I definitely have regular chaff at the front.
Well, right, but since he started with 5 marksmen and those are the best chaff available, right?
Yeah, no, why not?
Why not? Exactly. And I like the idea of keeping, you know, there are enough targets to keep EMP off the marksman for a little while, and they're tougher than normal chaff. I think it's brilliant. We've added a pair of marksmen in the corners and teched assault mode at this point, so on we go. Far side, PlayArcher red is cost control mode. Marksman has been the Vulcan, which handled all of the chaff, but nothing else, basically. The cat says, gambling that Mecha will blow up on free-to-play is probably not the most sound of financial decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be a little niche.
Yeah, it's a bit niche.
Can't remember the last time that I found a mainstream game that I enjoyed. I don't think I'm a hipster at all, but
yeah, I kind of agree.
I'm hoping that one day I can find a mainstream game that I can enjoy. I think Sacco's probably the same way. We're all like, it'd be great if there was a game we could stream that had more than 100 viewers.
Right.
Absolutely. But I think this is my destiny.
Yeah, I mean, it's the curse of enjoying the high-end strategy, right? Where it's just, you know, strategy is never going to be the big appeals to the 13 to 35 crowd.
Yeah.
Right. It's never going to be the mass market because they're more about the hype and ooh, spicy.
Yes. Yeah.
PlayArcher with the Stormcaller cheese. Love it.
Why has he not put those on the line though? I mean,
I think they are on the line.
They are on the line. They're just offset just slightly.
Yeah.
He just wants to keep them away if he does spread his marksman across a little bit more.
I think the marksmen from any are a little too clumped. I think that's gonna shoot him in the foot later.
Yeah.
I think spreading out your assault marksman is pretty nice.
The next ones have been very spread. Oof, this one just destroyed the hacker that was supposed to handle it. Now we're getting
by the way, PlayArcher is the favorite for this tournament, based on MMR.
Based on MMR? Nice.
Yeah, interesting.
Good to know.
I believe he's memeing.
Really thought this round would go a little bit better for Archer.
Oh, it's any that's meaning. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Any's memeing. PlayArcher's playing it serious.
Yeah.
Katsay Muse says, where's the EMP? The whole point is the EMP. Well, maybe he didn't have the cash for it. Just wanted to get them out there last round. He's added the EMP right away now.
It's shockingly cheap.
Skip.
the EMP on hacker.
Right.
I'm not used to seeing techs that cheap. What is it, like 100 or 150? 100 cost. Yeah.
Yeah, super cheap. That's why they're such a cost-effective answer. For anybody wondering why hacker into elite marksman, it's that they're a cost-effective answer to disable the tech. Not elite, assault mode marksman. They're such a cost-effective answer to disabling the tech. And then if you do hack them while they're disabled, the EMP wears off instantly, and you now have the assault mode marksman on your side protecting the hacker that you just hacked, that you just used to hack it.
Does he have EMP on his storms or not? I know he
He's
doesn't
sold
have
out of
it,
one of the
but
storms. He's going to sell out of the other one, I think.
it's just that he's not thinking that's an answer then.
Yeah, no. It's the Vulcan is the answer to the chaff. As soon as the chaff is gone, the hacker can latch on to the assault marksman.
Yeah. I find EMP storms are actually pretty amazing against
Yeah.
Sabman myself.
Yeah.
Normally I
believe
just
it.
bang down as many stormcrawlers with EMP as possible, and it really dominates them.
Yeah, I do think hackers are slightly more reliable, but I think if you're nervous committing to hackers, or you think it's going to be too expensive, you're already in
Right.
storms or something like that, I think storms would be pretty close second.
Right.
Okay, good to know.
That being said, I haven't done it myself. So I'm just saying, as someone that did a lot of EMP storms into war factories, this feels intuitively like it would also be pretty good.
Right. Yeah, and one thing, I mean, I do a lot of EMP storms into war factories, although I have failed a few times recently, and I've not had enough storms out. You know, I know they can get through to the factory, but it seems like you need about 8 storms with the quick firing storms to be able to actually hit a war factory when it's got the anti-air, which I felt like that was a much lesser number previously. I'm really struggling with it at the moment. Like, I used to have an answer that was, especially when I had like 150 storms, cheap storms, I'd go, yeah, that's fine, I don't care, he's going war factory, I'm just going to get, you know, the tech and get more of them, and one of the rockets will get through. But I have found it not working recently.
Yeah.
They have
Yep, that's
improved
sort of
the
what
efficiency,
I've
right? The anti-missile efficiency is up.
Yeah, they improved the efficiency by 10% in the last patch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed the same thing even before that patch, that I thought I could overwhelm more factories with whoa, Archer
That's
just
a big round.
took everything over. I was like, did the game bug? No, he just
Nope.
won that quick. Wowzers. Well, how the tables turn. But anyways, yeah, no, I my opinion and GCU's opinion as well is that storms cannot overwhelm war factories. If you just eventually the war factory player will get out enough war factories. Once you have like 3 or 4 war factories, it's gonna beat any number of storms, and it's just a losing battle.
Yeah. Well, I suppose when you add up the cost and you say one war factory is 200 to unlock, 800 to put down, the tech on it, you know, what is it, 1,000? You know, you get 4 stormcrawlers for that. That's not enough.
Yeah.
So as soon as you see that happen, I mean, I suppose I like to get 4 or 5 stormcrawlers sometimes, and it definitely puts me off now that I think, well, you know, he's just going to bang down a war factory at some point, and these are going to be completely useless units now.
Usually 4 storms spread out is always worth it. As someone that's played a lot of war factories and a lot of storms, I never feel good buying AM into 4 storms. because it'll only get half of the storms for majority of the fight, and then at the very end it'll get the other half, right? On the if you only have one war factory, and then if you have 2 war factories, then your war factory is only countering 2 storms, right, per war factory, which is not. That's not great efficiency. You'd rather be taking other techs. You'd rather pick up ball spawning. You'd rather pick up Phoenix spawning. You don't want to be picking up AM devices. So I find that 4 is the magic number of storms.
Yeah.
In the match in front of us, guys, PlayArcher brought in the flank Phoenix off the. Over here, there's absolutely no AA. And he had kind of read that might be coming and improved tower and dropped a missile on the far side, but had just kind of had it read wrong. And with the board strength that they had already, PlayArcher was pretty much winning the battle. Hitting the tower just made it end quickly and painfully, I think. Without that, it's possible the level 2 Overlord would have gotten through because it had brought the shields down. But I was surprised that he didn't bring in photon emission to protect the ground units by making them immune to EMP. I don't know.
Yeah. He made it look real easy, didn't he?
PlayArcher certainly did make it look easy.
Yeah, sorry for the derailed discussion.
Quite all right. That's quite all right. We'll jump into Sunnyside and Skay, I think. Looks like we have a Harry fort line going with 5 forts, launcher overload and barrier. Skay is running giant specialist with senior defense and senior attack. Sunny skipped both of those. Just went for giants with big barriers.
Sunny's been watching too many of my streams. Trying to go carry forts.
It's a tough gig, isn't it? It is tough. But
I think Sunny's about to get wrecked by this level 2 war factory. I love carry forts. They are not going to beat this war factory is my prediction. Unless, for some reason, Skay picks up extended range war factory. I think that's the only chance. Because it'll lower the attack and lower the HP to where the forts could actually kill it. But that's the only way I see it. Wow, Skay also has senior defense and senior attack. Yep. Yeah, these war factories are about to get deleted. Or sorry, these forts are about to get deleted.
Yes, with the war factory that you see coming. You don't think will leveling up to level 2 and dropping elite marks on these 2 help?
It'll help. I don't think it's gonna even dent it, to be honest.
Commentary about the last match. Kat says Archer's made it terribly clear why Asmarks isn't a spammable solution. And Chronometric said it's part of a balanced breakfast, not a carry build. Yeah, you're right. Here comes the level 2 war factory. Efficient maintenance.
Level 2 war factory is almost dead. It's almost dead. It'd be pretty huge if Sunnyside can get the kill on it and get the experience.
Yeah. Efficient maintenance instead of launcher overload.
Oh, it's down.
Oh, you're ahead of us.
Clean it up?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry,
you're a few seconds ahead of us.
You're behind, dude.
Oops.
It's okay, it's okay. It did go down. Let's see. It was range instead of elite marksman that Sunny took. Alright.
I want to bet on one of these players, but I can't bet against the forts, and I can't bet for the forts.
Both sides took charged ammo.
Makes sense.
Do you think Skay would have won that round if they'd gone launcher overload instead of efficient maintenance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right for sure.
It just feels like this is late enough in the game that this is the point where that Forgotten Arbiter was talking about, where efficient maintenance is kind of a bait. Bring it in on round 7.
Quad tech forts. Oh, am I still second ahead of you?
You are a second ahead of us, but it's beautiful.
Okay.
We're supporting
quad
tech forts. Let's go.
Oh my god. Gotta take that level, Sunnyside. Yeah, level 3 fort.
Oh, that's nice.
That is gonna be pumping out the damage.
It is.
I think
100
Sunnyside should take the attack enhancement. The tower attack and defense enhancements are huge here. 15% HP and 10% attack.
Right. Once
for
you've got
200.
Yeah. Once you've got level forts this high.
Against a war factory where you're gonna need all those stats.
Yep. You need every piece you can get.
All right. I
There's
can't
the
hide the
Photony
fact
mission.
that I'm biased here. Come
on,
on, Sunny.
forts. You say
Wasting
Sunny.
time.
I say Sunny. Wait. Sunny. Pancakes.
Side. Sunny. Pancakes.
Exactly. It's brilliant.
All right, Orange Fort is
Come on,
gonna have a
Orange
lot
Man.
of work to do.
Yeah, he really
Orange
has.
Man's big brother right here. You got this.
Incredible range though, hasn't he? Look at
Yeah.
it.
He
Look
hasn't
at it
moved.
doing the
Oh.
damage.
Literally has not moved.
Deleted
Finally
it.
takes a step.
My God. Wow.
That is a hell of
Hi.
a fort.
I'm
Two
a fort.
Mustangs versus a Overlord.
Yo, you're scratching the paint. Quit it. Sunny might need some AA, but
Do it.
you're doing more
Do it.
damage. You know, as long as everything survives, you do more damage.
Oh, he couldn't get it. He couldn't
Level
get it.
4 fort. Oh my God.
That's a level 4 haste fort to you, my friend.
Yes.
Sunnyside,
What damage
please
did-
take the enhancements. Enhancements, please. They're so valuable.
It does 41,000 damage every
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, and that's
Every
not
1
even
second,
with the level
exactly.
4 upgrade.
Yeah, that is insane. HP is 153,000 and range is 144. That is epic.
Yeah, this
Yep.
thing is amazing. And range just got up to 159 with tower. And
Does
it'll
the-
get up to
does the
167
slash
if we
stay
take
the
the
same?
level.
Yeah, it does.
There we go.
Right. Oh, there we go. The level is taken. 167 range.
Right.
Oh, yes. Sunny finally took an enhancement. At least one of them.
At least took one. There's the other one.
Loaning for the other. Let's go.
Alright, so now it's doing 62,955 every second.
Yes.
Basically
Get
deletes
in.
level 1 giants anywhere on the field if it hits them.
That's insane. 62k.
Sunny's in the 6-item build, by the way. If you look at this, it's items on each of the frontline forts, and then items for the 2 level 2 Mustangs as well.
Wow.
I mean, he's going to deal with this chaff a lot easier this time. You would think.
Spectator wanted to know about melting points for red, and the problem there is that they literally just get deleted by this fort.
Oh my God. This fort is a monster.
They are actually
Goodbye.
outranged, right?
Goodbye.
If you bought a melting point right now, it's outranged by this guy and deleted into the single shot. If you bought a level 2 melting
Holy
point, it's outranged
Cow.
and deleted in 2 shots, 1 second apart.
I mean,
Like-
just the way it goes through that pack of fangs is just incredible.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It got another
And
level.
Sunnyside's gonna deal more damage. It's not gonna die in time, I don't think. Another 800 damage. Wow. All right. It's basically tied up now.
Oof.
Okay, 2 spells picked up, different spells. We got Nuke for Sunny, Vulcan for Skay. Alright.
Nuke is one
Vulcan's
way
looking
kill
to be
the bug.
pretty good. Oh, but Bubbles? Bubbles, alright. Sunny is playing around everything.
We are literally nuking an overlord here.
Yep.
And for fun and games, watch how quickly these guys die. The level 1 melting point is just not the answer here.
It does have the EMP. Maybe that will help the barrage. Barraged melters, but it seems unlikely that that's going to make the difference.
Yeah, it's not.
Sunnyside just really pulling this together. I think the late game discipline of Sunnyside is very impressive.
Yeah.
Makes all the right moves, plays around all the spells, no mistakes, very clean play.
Yep.
Right.
And, you know, a casual 1.6 million damage out of your level 5. Well, it was level 4 last round.
Wow. It's impressive, isn't it?
Yep.
85,000.
Is it level 5 again? Wowzers.
Yep.
85k, 175 range.
I like the way it just doesn't move in this whole match.
No, it's not gonna
It
move.
just
Yeah,
stands
it's
there.
literally gonna stand still the entire time.
All right. If any of you were in this match from round 1, you know, please save the replay. I'd love to see how this one started. Love to go back and cast this one from the get-go.
All right, the nuke's coming in.
Nuke for that one Overlord. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I didn't realize the photon lasts just as long as the nuke.
I didn't either.
Actually, no, it's a little bit better than that. The photon is 16 seconds. The nuke comes in on the 15th second. So yes, photon is 1 second longer, and that's intentional.
Wow.
It's like this. That is one of the things, you know, as a former game dev, right? I came into this game and saw things like that, and was like, okay, the people who are doing this actually understand balance. They know what they're doing. They've done a lot of thought about it, and so that's where it hurts to see things like anti-missile device, as you know, when there are, I think, were other balance options. I kind of feel like whoever was in charge of balance has had their elbow jogged, or you know, has executives overruling them, or is over listening to the community about things. There's something going on there. There's some internal politics, I suspect.
What an insane win for Sunnyside.
Yeah, that was amazing. If any of you had that from round 1, please send me the replay, because I would love to see that. That was amazing. All right, we are through to the next round. Where are we at here? So Vinny Vidivici got the win against the 201. The White of the Egg knocks BellicoseDrake from the realm of unbeaten players. We saw Sunnyside beat Skay. We saw Dionis beat Tasty Bait, and we saw PlayArcher beat Kenny. So, there's a question for you, Pants. Is there any benefit to using the tech Sticky Oil Bomb instead of Incendiary Bomb on the Vulcan?
Yeah, so 2 advantages. From my testing, I tried really hard to make it work. One is it's 50 credits cheaper, I believe. And 2, if you tech both of them, the area that gets lit on fire is noticeably wider. It's not like in double as wide, but it's definitely wider. So if you like plan on going on a strategy where you want to burn the entire ground, having that as like another option to burn even more of the ground can be pretty good. So I think you could say, like, in some scenarios, like, I'm just going to do the oil bomb and it's going to be 50 cheaper and it's going to do roughly the same thing. I think that'd be a reasonable take.
You don't like the Incendiary on it? 'Cause I do run Incendiary on my Vulcan and
I run Incendiary. I just don't really click it much. I find that I feel like my opponents can play around it reasonably easily.
How about Ignite? Do you use that? Do you find it
No,
useful for that?
no, I don't
Right.
use Ignite. Probably should, because like I do think War Factories are underrated. But I think that's really the only reason you'd ever want Ignite is against War Factories. I run Best Partner strictly for hoping that one day I can click the button and it will be worth it for my elite marksman dream.
All right.
But that's more meme than serious.
We've got Vinny Vidivici far side as red, running Rhino Specialist with fangs and sledges. And Dionis is going to be near side blue with cost control, arc, and phoenix start.
Well, I want Vinny to win for sure. Dionis is the one that beat me this morning.
That's right. Dionis is the one that ended Zak's run. If Zak had beaten Dionis,
He deleted me. I mean, it wasn't even close.
but just to be clear here, guys, if Zak had beaten Dionis, he would have been the second place. He would have been the runner-up in the Asia tournament this morning. If you'd won that last match, still got to 6th place, which is a solid performance, my friend. Well done.
Well, he did it with 2 war factories, and I just didn't. Anyway, it was so annoying that game. I should, so we could have broken it down.
Oh,
but,
actually, I loved that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't keep it.
Yeah, I can understand not wanting to relive it for sure, but you know, for those of you out there that are thinking about Redeem Replay, on the 1st of January we're going to double the price, so it's going to be 10,000 channel points. So if you've been thinking about it, get them in. Get those requests in, and I really do recommend using it on one of your losses rather than showing off one of your victories, because that's where you're going to get the most value from it. It's
Absolutely.
getting people to review what you did wrong, and you'll learn more from that, I think, than you will from seeing one of your wins cast.
Zalex, you are a non-believer, Zalex.
Right. Offset left formation with the Phoenix gets us kind of a round 1, I think, for Dionis. Sunny Egg is looking like another Vulcan Phoenix from Egg. All right.
Yawn, yawn, yawn.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I don't want to get in his head. I don't make mistakes. I'm testing my opponent's awareness. Exactly. Okay. Vinny started off with, fangs and sledges, added a pair of crawlers straight behind the sledges, which is interesting. Dionis has added a Stormcaller here, as cost control still has 300 to spend, even after the unlock. Vinny adding a Storm of his own, so it's very standard positioning right now. I'm not sure I like vertical sledges for standard positioning. I think if you're going to play the Apucci standard or Dachshund standard sledge builds, you want to do that horizontal, especially now that Scorpions will really, because of the way these will stop and kind of plump up with each other, Scorpions are very effective against vertical position.
Yeah. I find Vinny, I play Vinny quite a lot. This is fairly standard for him. He nearly always does vertical line sledges. I don't know why. I don't know why he has that preference. Maybe to fit other units in between. Which is what he thinks.
Like a single Scorpion would delete this whole pack in the formation it's gotten into.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas the horizontal version of the same build, it's going to delete 2 or 3 depending on which side it's shooting at.
I also find, with Vulcans, they're picking you off as you come in your conga line of sledges. It's better for the Vulcans if you're coming in this formation than in a line where maybe you get an extra couple of shots off with your line than you do in this kind of formation. So, I mean...
Hi, Allery. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the game. So it's a great question because the game doesn't spell this out anywhere. So how many meters are in the square per grid? Each grid square is exactly 10 meters. And you can test things like that out for yourself in testing grounds. That's how we answered that question on channel. Somebody had asked it. We took a minute, went out into testing grounds and measured. Because when you're in testing grounds, right, you can click on something like this and say, okay, well, Stormcaller, it tells you, or Arclight range is 93 meters. Let me figure out how many meters this is, and you can just get right to the edge of it and say, okay, well, 1, 2. You can drop a 5-pack down here, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. So 2, 5 would get you to there, 2 more gets you to there, so there's the 90. And you can measure things out like that to kind of get yourself answers. There are a lot of things you can learn in Testing Ground. I highly recommend it as you're exploring the game, especially if you run into a formation that beat you. Save the replay. Put that formation, study what your opponent did, drop that formation into Testing Ground, and start figuring out what you could have done differently to beat it. Like, put their round 7 formation out there and be like, okay, well, what the heck would I have done? You can also get some of that from going to the community challenges, and you'll get game boards that you didn't play, and you have to figure out a winning move against the opponent. Those aren't necessarily the best way to learn, positionings and stuff, because a lot of times the high score solutions will be things like, well, completely ignore the fact that top supply was offered on round 4 and buy hackers that, or something like that. Where, like, in a real game, you'd have taken top supply and been building for a long-term composition. All right, 4 rounds in, Dionis has won every round.
Yeah. Vinny's not providing a solid answer to the Phoenix at the moment. I know he's hoping his Fangs will do the job, and he's got a couple of late arriving Fangs, but
right.
Obviously a spell in that one definitely aided Dionis.
Yep.
But he's still not. Okay, that might be his answer, his longer term answer.
I don't think it's a long term answer, but we've added Mothership with Wasp, so.
Yeah.
And I think part of his answer for this round at least is the orbital on top of these 2 Phoenixes. Right? If I'm him, I'm thinking, maximize the number of. Right.
Economically, it's slightly better off, I think, because he's not done as many spells.
Right.
So
here's a interesting one.
In the background.
A real odd flank with a bunch of Fangs out there to flank into them. But we'll see if shielded Phoenix is able to get through it.
I don't think they were there last round.
No, this is a new flank.
Oh.
It's a new flank. The Fangs were back there.
Were they?
I thought, yeah, they've got XP already. They were back there.
Okay. It's a really interesting one.
Yep. But again, the rest of the front is
it does it.
just handled.
They could have experience Amarok from the spell.
Oh,
Spell
okay.
kills spread experience to all the troops that are alive. So I don't know either way.
I don't think they were there. I don't think they were there.
Okay, I thought they were, but you guys could be right.
Oh, I don't know. Do not take my word for anything. I was not paying enough attention to know if they were there or not.
They're dark. That they're really tough to see against the shadow there. Yeah, that is something I wish the game devs would do, is make this dark nowhere near as dark. Like, I'd like to be able to see my opponent's build much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gone. He's put a boat on the front line to try and delete that Vulcan.
And get tower, right?
One of the. It's going to take him a while to get through that Vulcan, isn't it?
Right.
And then he's going to have crawlers in front of him anyway. But I think he's just protecting his Fangs, maybe.
I don't really like the acid by Dionis here.
Why not?
It just doesn't feel like it's contributing anything, right?
Yeah, he loves spells though.
Yeah, he definitely seems like a bit of a spell Andy. What is this accomplishing here? The Fangs die quicker to the Vulcan? The sledges are the only thing that's actually going to die slightly quicker, but I think the Vulcan would still delete that anyways. Then you have a bunch of Phoenixes that are going to one-shot it anyways.
Oh, he gets the tower.
Wow.
That's
nice
huge.
little tire snipe. Now the acid does matter because you have to counter the tower debuff. That's funny.
That was really sweet. Overlord for the tower.
Yeah, pulled the Vulcan. You have to wonder at what cost, though. He's not getting a lot of damage in this round. Like, Dionysus is still at 3,000, and now you have a 400 cost overlord in no man's land.
What, you don't just level that up and double down on it?
Yeah, I
I
did
did
not.
not realize the range on those boats was going to be so epic.
Yeah, it was pretty big, wasn't it?
Yeah, range getting it up to 150 meters was pretty cool. And yeah, of course we
Yeah.
sold straight out of it. Orbital Javelin right onto the Vulcan, and instead of trying to lead the Vulcan, he's basically centered on it so that Mobile Beacon can't save it.
Yep.
So that's pretty clever. Obviously, a lot of times people will try to lead a unit a little bit and then a Mobile Beacon backwards. Just a tiny little Mobile Beacon can save your unit, but Vinny's not making that mistake. Range Mustangs this back corner and over here. Oh, Mav says the game where the guy had 6 War Factory techs, the last tech he took was sledges, not missile intercept. Okay. If he was facing storms earlier, that actually makes more sense out of that. I thought he was triple producing already.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That makes a lot more sense. We've basically just rebought this Overlord in a more standard position where the chaff can protect it. I kind of like that. We have double tech on it, so we obviously weren't going to be abandoning them.
Yeah, the orbital jab killing the Vulcan on the left was pretty painful.
Huge. You're through on both sides. Good work, Vinny. Oh, lost 400 hit points by losing that Overlord at the last minute.
Yeah. Dionysus, his spells are going to be up soon. Right? He's been taking spells all game. They're all going to come back around.
Right.
He does love the spells. I'm just hoping that Vinny's out-econned him now.
Yeah, Vinny basically needs to win on this round and the next before these double spells arrive. Launcher Overlord instead of Photon Emission.
I like it. That's his big damage dealer.
It absolutely
and it's got
is.
so much range. He's why does he need photon? It's not going to help him that much, is it?
Right. Oh,
Because
we've shielded against the fire, but the shields are way too far back. They're not going to protect.
Well, arguably, I would say it was a 50-50, right, on whether you put the oil in the fire. Because I was thinking if I was placing the oil in the fire, I might just put it right on the storms.
Yeah.
That's really what you want to die. And the last time, I guess Red hasn't bubbled all game. This is the first bubbles we've seen.
Right.
So I think you could have made a reasonable read to just say, I'm going to go more aggressive. And there's a lot of chances that Dionis puts his bubbles too far forward to where you can snipe the storms. But looks like Blue had the right read on where to place his spell. Nice and conservative.
And to your point about Vinny not buying shields, he wasn't buying shields when against spells he didn't know opponent had taken. This round was different because he actually knew the fire was up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and maybe his... Yeah, I mean, they've proved not good enough, have they? He didn't have any chaff that round.
Right.
But he survives.
Yeah, taking out the chaff was huge for Dionis.
It sounds like Sunny lost a game.
Yeah, that's the report from Cat.
It's pretty surprising.
Yeah, he was playing so well, wasn't he? He was
He
doing
was playing
everything.
very, very well.
Dionis skips because it's not a spell.
Yeah, I guess so. Anti-air taking on the Mustangs. All right. Makes sense. Wasp spotting on 6 boats. I guess you do need anti-air Mustangs. It's not a flashy build from Dionis, but it's very standard, robust. Gonna beat a lot of things.
Yeah, if
Like
you wanted
Dionis
to
has
build
this.
almost a 201 standard meta build, this is it.
Build. This is it. Yeah. Even the positioning, it's the same as, remember we watched that last week, didn't we? And this is the exact positioning of everything.
Very, very close. I'd say this is like the 401 variant of it, because I was watching Steel Sane last night and saw a fair few 401 players run something similar to this. Like the 201 version would be heavier on the storms and less Mustang, more Fang, I think. But yeah, it's very similar. The Mustangs here are the obvious answer to all of the spawned wasps. So.
Vulcan's doing a middling job at their job. They're not clearing things quite as fast as you'd want.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised we didn't see some fire on the ground, either from Incendiary or off of the Stormcallers.
It's not going to be enough though, is it? He's done it.
Yeah, he's done it. GG.
So disappointing.
Yeah, sorry, Vinny. The Amarok curse is real.
You bet on Dionysus. What are you talking about?
Well, the curse of me casting
Streaming his game.
Right, as soon as I cast a one of my followers, it winds up bad for them. It's been true for as long as the channel goes. I don't know why.
Archer with the 5-0.
Okay.
All right.
Impressive.
We have 3 unbeatens left.
You call him out as the favorite.
Yeah, you did call him out as the favorite very early. All right, what do we have? We will have Dionis as the number 1 seed, facing Vinny. So Vinny's in the spoiler role. If Vinny can beat Dionis, then that will make PlayArcher versus Egg. PlayArcher versus Egg the final. If Dionis beats Vinny, then Dionis will play the winner of the White of the Egg versus PlayArcher.
It really feels like Sunny should be in the spoiler role.
Yeah, Sunny in the spoiler role would be awful nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think he'd deal with him as well, but you know, Dionis is he's a really nice player, but the fact that he uses so much spells, I just can't bring myself to really like him.
Fair enough. Yeah, I sort of love playing against people that take too many spells, because it feels like I'm gonna win over the long run. There's a few people, like in my tournament run with Monk's second tournament, the finals was against Yoda, and Yoda is famous in the community for taking a lot of spells.
Right.
And so I went into that sort of having that knowledge. Okay, he's gonna buy a lot of spells. He's gonna buy a lot of spells. And every time that I predicted he would buy a spell, he for some reason skipped that spell. And then every time that I was like, okay, well, he skipped a lot of spells, so he's gonna skip this one because he's like metagaming me. And then he bought that one, and I just could not get the reads correct on it. Yeah. I mean, I ended up winning anyways, but it was ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, taking a look around, we're down to like 37 players or so. Herbie knocked out Naris. Jeep Dave knocks out the Strong Tomato. Chrissy gets the win over Tim Tim. LMCV knocked out Tomandondrum. LMCV is one of the people I really like. remember him from my very first weeks in the game. Azil wins over Sindre, knocking Sindre out. Sparty knocks Altag's TV out. Sushi Mental beats Marn. So after starting 3-0, Sushi Mental, or 2-0, I guess, Sushi Mental lost 2 in a row, comes back with the win here. Cody gets the win against Jacko. Reach beat BellicoseDrake. And Wom beats Any. Pinky and the Brain beats Skay. Reven over our 201 guest, the 7th place finisher last week. Schlemmerfleth beat Baller, who says, lost to effing Arclight spam. Nope. Corner over Sele. Is that the match you were talking about with the very low hit points?
Reven versus
match.
a 201 player.
Reven versus the 201, that was the one. I love it. Tasty Bait over Azztap. And of course, we've got our final 3. Dionis, the White of the Egg, PlayArcher, and Vinny Vidi Vici in the spoiler role for Dionis.
The weird thing about I find that I'm a better player when playing from behind, and I think it's because I don't feel the pressure as much when I feel like I'm losing a game. Whereas when I'm winning easily, and I'm like, well, this game is in the bag, and I need to close it out, I seem to tighten up, and I don't know what it is, but I make bad calls. Whereas I seem to be a lot better coming from behind.
Yep.
Okay.
I think.
Welcome to what will be the final of this match if Vinny Vidi Vici is able to defeat Dionis. Otherwise, this will be the semifinal. We've got PlayArcher near side in blue with Supply Specialist, Crawler, and Mustang start. White of the Egg far side with Marksman Specialist. Had 3 Marksmen and 2 Mustangs, and has added a pack of Crawlers already. 2 packs of Crawlers behind the towers. And let's see how this goes. PlayArcher with the
exciting.
PlayArcher with the, well, I guess both sides with the Mustangs wide in that kind of classic protect. Yeah. Now PlayArcher brings them between the towers. I like this, so that they can't get drawn out by flank. They'll commit to the front.
I like my Mustangs on the flank.
I know you do.
We talked about this last night, but I think that having your flanks already covered on turn 1 is a nice luxury to have.
Yeah,
because say your opponent throws down a bunch of sledges next turn, you don't want to build 2 more packs of Mustangs.
Right.
But it's also not worth selling out of your Mustangs. So if those are on the flank, then they're still at least doing something, despite being... Or, the more common thing is you see so many Vulcans nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and the Vulcans are going to deter you from building more Mustangs.
We get the Stormcaller outside of the tower from PlayArcher, and Baller says that he's setting up for Vulcan Phoenix already, having played basically the identical start against Baller earlier in the tournament.
Right.
Yeah, so what do you both think are some of the best counters against Vulcan Phoenix?
Well, funnily enough, your donut rush strat is rocking versus it, because it does not give them any time to settle at all. And they still get out their Vulcan, they still try to, and then they try to use Phoenix to defeat your donuts, and it does not go well. Assman is great. If you can get your Assman going, they really struggle if they're going Vulcan Phoenix, right? You're just on them too quick.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And I just like the fact that it upsets them. It doesn't allow them to do the standard build.
Well, I mean, that's classic military tactics, right? Take the initiative away from your opponent. Don't let them build what they want to build. Force them into responding to what you're doing.
And I think Cody's standard build is pretty good against it, because instead of going Vulcans, he just has this big long line of sledges that comes, rushing towards you with his Phoenix behind, and it just seems to outnumber the opponent when they've committed to Vulcans.
I was thinking Armored Sledge might actually be a good answer now that sledges have so much additional armor. Yeah, like additional hit point and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why we see a lot of Vulcan melters now, because that became the de facto answer, didn't it?
Right.
Or that's what I've seen is the sort of de facto answer.
I really like the White of the Egg's response here, just grabbing a Vulcan of his own and gonna beat Vulcan Phoenix with Vulcan Marksman, and I think it would win. I'd like to see some storms, and I think the storms from Archer are just disgustingly good for the time being.
Right.
So maybe it was delaying the Vulcan another round. It's hard to say though, because he did need that chaff clear. I guess he had a pack of Mustangs. He had 2 packs of Mustangs, I guess.
Mustangs. Yeah, he sold one to be able to buy the Vulcan round 2.
I think I would have liked to see the White of the Egg hold on to those Mustangs for another round, pick up some storms, and then gradually transition to these Vulcans.
Right.
But ultimately, I like the endgame vision.
Right.
I do think that the Marksman will be superior to the Phoenixes in the endgame if he can take it there.
Right.
I think that the Storms are really the MVPs though in this entire fight.
I was thinking about his pack. You know, I don't often favour Orange Man as a starting pack, but I did think when he placed it down with, you know, when he had the other, you know, he had basically 4 marksmen.
Right.
I thought, yeah, this looks like a good endgame pack, because if you're gonna use marksmen, you want them on the field early because they go into the late game, right? So you want them collecting as much HP as possible. So I did think, oh, he's got a very specific strategy that he's going to run. Maybe he knows PlayArcher quite well. I imagine he does.
Giant Hunter for both players. This has got to be a bit of a head scratcher, huh?
Right. Giant Hunter, obvious for PlayArcher. Tech Specialist, maybe? No, Incendiary.
Ooh, I would have taken it if I was the White of the Egg. I guess that's easy to say behind the spectators booth.
Right. I would have too at this early stage.
I just don't know what else PlayArcher buys that's not a giant.
Right.
But this might be quite an advantage for PlayArcher, having this extra income.
Right.
Okay, range on the Marksmen and Vulcans might keep them safe enough, but actually the White of the Egg spell might be a pretty good tempo here. Burns all of the storms, so then the Melters might even not go down.
Yeah, all of it on that side.
Wow, this looks quite good. I could see Archer just keeping both of his Vulcans alive.
And you obviously he didn't shield because he thought there's no way he doesn't pick one of the other 2, right?
Right. Yeah. I wasn't even considering the spell as a possibility.
As an option. Yeah. And massive tempo, right? He gets
right. 1,000 hit points there.
Marksman level up. He gets 2 big giants still on the field.
Yep.
Yeah, he denies his opponent of 100 credits as well. Which is very valuable.
Yeah. Huge.
PlayArcher instant barrier for what's going to be the melting point on the other side. Barrier for a Vulcan on the near side for White of the Egg. Or left side, I guess I should say. We've got portable shield Vulcan here, could level up, and barrier Vulcan over there. They're going to be really tough to kill. Melting point's the obvious answer.
Pantso, I'm interested in your sort of development as a player, and it goes to that point that we were just talking about of, obviously normally I would choose this in this scenario, right? I would choose Giant Hunter, I would choose this, because that's what I always choose. And have you ever, I've sort of started to force myself to choose a different option, but and know that I might lose, but just to make myself, with exactly that play just there, you know, he really kind of surprised us with making that choice. But he's thinking differently to me.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that you can get into that kind of mindset of thinking differently is to force yourself to do things you're uncomfortable with. And I just wondered if you'd been through a period of that.
Oh, 100%. I think that's maybe the only reason I got half decent at the game. Was I'd be in chats with Arbiter, I'd be in voice chat with Sacco, I'd be in voice chat with GCU. Definitely, you know, a lot of the best players, Monks, and they would suggest something and I would be like, I would never, ever, ever consider that. It seems awful. Let's do it, right? Like, if you're a good player, you have a vision of this game. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but like it's a huge learning experience to just send it. And I think that really helped me develop a lot as a player. Was just like, and I think that's maybe the only thing I did better than some of the other really good people I played with, was just like, yeah, like, let's teach me this wild strategy that you have that I would never conceive. Versus I think a lot of people can, like you said, sort of go down the same path over and over, just like, this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what is intuitively good to me, and maybe don't question the variety of strategies in the game enough.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, luckily
that speaks to the tools in the toolbox that you were talking about yesterday. If you don't try other approaches, you're not going to have those other tools, figure out those other tools on your kind of journey. So you kind of have to force yourself to be uncomfortable.
I think so. All right, this game's getting down to it. I really thought that Archer would have had... It was funny, we thought that Archer was going to be the one going Vulcan, Phoenix, and I think Amarok called it perfectly of, you know, force your opponent to do something that they're uncomfortable doing. And it feels like White of the Egg just perfectly did that. PlayArcher seems out of sorts. He's now got melters where Vulcans usually go. And he's just, it's not coming together.
Why Mustangs? I mean, that seems like a really odd choice.
Well, he's
especially because he started
Mustang
with...
is the chaff clear now.
Yeah, and he started with Mustangs, decided, nope, I'm not gonna build more of those, and then just, you know,
now we have
I don't want to say out of desperation,
Mustangs.
but a little bit out of desperation, it seems like he built more Mustangs.
They don't even have range on them, so they're getting out there and dying to the Vulcans.
Yeah.
Why not flames on the Stormcallers? I thought that would be a much easier choice.
Yeah. I think flames on the Stormcallers would have been better as well. But I think this game was lost a few rounds ago.
Yeah. Well, it was that move, wasn't it? It was that interesting card pickup, which was completely different.
Yeah, it's funny because it just never really... the money and the tempo loss from picking up Giant Hunter really ended up biting PlayArcher in the butt.
Right.
It looked like a no-brainer. Hey, it looks like, okay, he's already got 2 Giants. You're definitely going to take this. I'll just get some Melters. I'll kill the Vulcans. Easy peasy. And that's just a tricky bit with Giant Hunters. It's never as easy as it seems. I've seen so many best-case scenario Giant Hunter games just turn into the Giant Hunter player, even though they got 1,000 credits off of it, still lost.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, lucky for us, we got another game. It looks like, right?
Excellent. Let's go check it out. But did you notice there was best partner at the very end? Cat pointed that out.
Yeah. That one time that you want to press it, there it is.
Exactly.
Good. Yeah. Well done, Stukov. 14th place for your first tournament. That's fantastic. Really good job.
Yeah. Also, just awesome that you're just participating in tournaments. I avoided tournaments for so long just because I was nervous.
See, for
just
me,
didn't want to do poorly.
It was the other way around. I didn't have any expectation of doing well, but the tournament scene was what really made this enjoyable for me. It's how cool people were in it and sweet about it, and encouraging. Like you'd run up against somebody like I remember running, losses to LMCV, to to Shiroha, and they were just such gentlemen about it. They were so good about it, and they each gave me answers to like what I could have done better, which I thought was fantastic. Like, who does that? Um, and yeah, it's just really awesome to have people like that.
Yeah, it's weird. The culture of the community has the opposite of a lot of toxic cultures, where it's like it nudges you to be slightly better.
Yeah.
Like, slightly more polite, slightly less salty, slightly more adventurous. You see everyone
Right.
else participating. We had 73 participants in this tournament. So if I'm like nervous over here, like, well, I don't know, what if I lose? What if I feel stupid participating in this tournament?
146 actually. This is
Oh.
2 groups.
Yeah, I mean, you just like everybody's sort of putting themselves out there and just like, sure, let's send it. Let's join a tournament. What could go wrong? That it just like nudges you to be like, at least for me, I was like, oh, okay, all right. Everybody else is putting themselves out there. I'll go for it.
Right.
What could go wrong?
All right, around the world here, Baller beat Jeep Dave's. So Jeep Dave's tournament is over. But Baller says level 8 Arclight. Oh my goodness. Zeal beat Jacko. Mad Guy knocks LMCV out, who I was just talking about. Any knocks Chrissy out. Herbie knocked BellicoseDrake out. Corners with the upset over Sunnyside. That's a surprise. We saw Reach beat Pinky in the Brain. Glimmerfilet beat Wom. Reven beat Tasty Bait. Well done, Reven. Cody beats Xenermeister to get to 5-1. And at the top of the group, we saw the White of the Egg knock off PlayArcher in the semifinal. Dionis beat Vinny Vici or maitrepeters in the spoiler role to guarantee us a round 7. Will be coming up in about 90 seconds when we get there.
Fantastic.
Who do you like in this? Yeah, who do you like in this final? Dionis versus White of the Egg, Pants? What are your thoughts?
Oh, 100% the White of the Egg.
Yeah?
I haven't watched them enough, and I definitely have not watched much Dionis. But I think the White of the Egg is sort of up there with they can take a game off of anyone.
Right.
Territory. And from just what I've seen, I just see a little bit more discipline, a firmer grasp of the game from the White of the Egg. Again, small sample size, but I like what I'm seeing for sure.
Right.
I feel like I can feel definitely a noticeable advantage for the White of the Egg.
Right.
What I think is going to be interesting is whether the spells, we might be undervaluing spells because we have this phrase "spell Andy" and we don't like spells.
We shame them.
Yeah, we shame them, don't we? And we might be undervaluing them. So what I'm really looking forward to this match is to see whether that same pattern plays out. Because we've got a really good econ player that makes very little mistakes, who's gonna clearly, produce a nice balanced board, and we have a player that in the last few games we've seen has used spells to his advantage in a really good way. So I'm kind of interested to see that clash of styles and to see if I am undervaluing spells or actually I want to follow the econ build and go
So I just realized I'm a liar. Dionis is actually the... Oh, it might be after the MMR has shaken out from these games. But the White of the Egg and Dionis have the same MMR, and PlayArcher's now slightly lower MMR. But I guess that's probably factoring in after PlayArcher's loss.
Yeah, these are the games that just played out, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, welcome to the final of EU Weekend Tournament number 34. We have the White of the Egg, Nearside Blue, choosing from Speed Specialist, Giant Specialist, Elite, and Aerial, and Dionis, the Russian player, Farside, Red. Dionis placed 4th in the Asia tournament this morning, but from what we've seen of the White of the Egg, Pants thinks they're the favorite. In the broadcast booth with me, I've got Zak and Pantso. Let's So thank you guys for being here. Let's have some fun with this one. Good luck and have fun to all players in your last match. But, okay, far side, Dionis took Quick Supply Specialist with Marksman and Mustangs and is coming out with an aggressive formation. Does have Assault Marksman teched on the Marksman, but bought a pair of Crawlers. And near side, Blue with the White of the Egg took Giant Specialist. Starts out with 3 Crawlers and 2 Marksmen, or 2 Mustangs, and bought a pair of Marksmen as well. Dionis going with the round 1 tech.
Did you see how much money was just bet on this insight?
No, I did not.
Zandberg just put 200 tickets, 34k insight on the White of the Egg.
Yeah, I'm all in for the White of the Egg too.
At start.
Yep. We see the Assault Marksman start here. I'm just not believing in it. Didn't PlayArcher show us why this is a mistake? Yeah, it's gonna win the round. But it's not just a spammable win a title solution. I am willing to have one insight if I'm wrong here.
Wowzers.
Right.
Let's go, our finals.
Missile
Exciting
strike.
stuff, ass man.
Missile strike for White of the Egg, but Dionis reads it like a book, drops the shield on it.
Wowzers.
Strike specialist from Dionis, so he's got a Crawler protecting the Marksman on the flank, which I like a lot, right? It's not just dropping a naked Assault Marksman out there. No naked ass man. Oh my goodness, round 2 Vulcan on the Assault Marksman assault side. Wow, guys, and a flanking Crawler.
This Vulcan's just gonna be nasty, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's got
like, what do? You drop down a Scorpion or a Melter right away and hope?
Yeah.
They're playing pretty fast too.
Yeah,
you know, these are some technical turns. Looks like the White of the Egg's gonna clean up again. Or sorry, Dionis is gonna clean up again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he is getting good levels into his Assman, I guess.
They haven't leveled up yet, though.
I'm sure they will this round, right? There must be 1 or 2 of them that's about.
Yeah, one was very close. Our defender is taking deployment specialist.
Oh, elite hacker. Boom.
Elite hacker was available, right? But it just makes the hacker solution so expensive, and the hacker solution's going to work without it.
Okay.
It's kind of a bait, I think. What do you think, Pants? Do you skip elite hacker here?
Oh, every time of the day. I think elite hacker is actually one of the worst cards in the game. The fact that you have to pay 50 for it, so it's 100 total, right? Could easily drop down 50. The issue is that a lot of units are great at the end game when they're leveled up. A lot of units are bad in the early and mid game when they're leveled up. Like, for Vulcans, you would be happy with a level 2 Vulcan. But for a hacker, you actually just want level 1 or level 2 hackers. You really don't want level 3 hackers, and you definitely can't afford level 3 hackers.
Okay. So you lose so much tempo, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, you need this, like, synergy of like getting your techs with your levels at the same time, right? Like you're leveling it up and you're taking a tech, and you're leveling it up and you're taking a tech. When you jump the gun in either one, when you get too many techs without enough levels or too many levels without enough techs, often it ends up just being bad. Yeah, that's been my experience, and I am a hacker enthusiast. I have picked elite hacker so many times. But every time I pick it, I realize I'm just not it.
Right.
So Dionis took defense enhancements so that they could answer the flank crawler with a crawler pack of their own. So, as you guys will know, but maybe not all of our viewers will, the breakpoint on crawlers is set up so that crawlers almost exactly kill each other. It used to be 2 shots, now it's 4 shots. But defense enhancement changes that breakpoint, and since defense gives you slightly more hit point than attack gives you in attack, taking defense for the crawler v crawler is pretty important. White of the Egg goes with Junior Manufacturing Specialist. They already had Deployment Specialist, and they've got their 2 Vulcans out. At this point, I expect them to go just mass number of units, right? Dionis had Extended Range War Factory to go with the Strike Specialist, and now it has Junior Manufacturing Specialist. So I'm not sure what direction they're going.
This is interesting because this is what Dionis did to me this morning, and then he switched out and went to the War Factories, and I was too late on my counter to the War Factories, and he's left a big gap. So he's going War Factory.
You think this is a planned War Factory, and you're calling out that this is a 7 gap right here? So a War Factory can actually fit.
It is. I'm sure it is. Check
wow.
it.
Wow. You heard it here, folks. Call out.
This is it.
We got 39 spectators. This is exciting. Heating up. Big insight on the line. What's gonna happen?
Oh.
Did anyone see how much money Dionis floated? I don't think it was much. It's hard to imagine Dionis wins this round, right? He's gotta just...
Yes, Brad, this is Pants. You've got Zak and Pants in the broadcast booth with me. Appreciate you guys joining us.
There's no way. Yeah, okay. This is big damage.
If he gets that tower, though... there we go. He managed to... He needs to take that assault marksman down before he gets to that tower. It's done it. He's done it. Right.
Right. Feels relatively
Has he
even.
got enough for the War Factory?
They both have 1050.
Oh. I'm not feeling like this is even at all. This is feeling like a white of the egg stomp in the making. I will be impressed if Dionis pieces together any more rounds won.
Field device specialist for Dionis. White of the Egg still thinking about it. I kind of like Photon for their defensive position. Brad, this is round 5 of the finals. This is the 7th round of the tournament. This is your championship game. You're at round 5 of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Double Scorpion.
Scorpions. Assman Scorpion.
Maybe this is what happened. He went Scorpions, then he sold out of the Scorpion and went War Factory.
He might have been thinking about War Factories, though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yikes.
But I don't know how good War Factory would have been here. And he's got junior spec. So
yeah, that's true.
Probably wants to take advantage of that discount.
Okay. Putting up all the shields and to get maximum value out of the shield specialist.
I mean, if those Scorpions do get onto the Vulcans, it's big trouble. But he's actually delayed his. He delayed the chaff almost perfectly.
Wow.
For the other player, but I don't know. He gets the tower. Wow.
We're stuck on that shield. Yeesh.
Wow. Not a lot of damage, but Dionis getting around. The bubbles ended up being the heroes.
Tremendous value, right?
Okay, interesting options here, right? Why did the egg deciding he doesn't want to take the EMP blast to hit 3 bubbles? It's definitely tempting to clear out all those bubbles.
But is he going Stormcallers to try and combat bubbles, maybe?
He's got to get something to combat these bubbles.
We're gonna try to win
Or does
the
he get both?
flank here.
Boats are no good, are they? At this point, he's got too many. He's got a decent counter.
Yeah, boats
Oh,
into
what?
the marksman and Mustangs would be painful. Phoenix are going to be the answer to the Scorpions. They're also halfway decent against the War Factory later, right?
Ooh. I'm not too
like
interested
it.
in these
I
Phoenixes.
like it. Yeah. I think it's bold to buy Phoenix into Mustangs that are sitting in bubbles.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these Phoenixes. Level 1s, all the Mustang did.
We had ahead of any of the chaff, right? We had chaff up here and here at the end of the round last time, so there's going to be chaff in front of the Phoenixes. They're safe, I think.
Yeah.
Especially
Did
since
they?
it's-
I mean, yeah. Maybe the Phoenixes do enough damage to the shields, but
That's the thinking, right? Is I had my Vulcans locked on shields. I need the shield break. The Phoenix will sit there and do, 3,600 a shot at it.
This is just a chaff clear battle gone wrong, huh?
Mm-hmm.
it's just not doing enough damage to those shields.
Yeah, shields pinned down.
Oh.
Oh no. Vulcans
Wow.
are down.
The shield's bailing out Dionis, but at what cost?
Well, paid 200 to get those shield value for 2 rounds. I mean, I think you're ahead economically there. Especially if you think of White of the Egg as having spent, what would this be, 600, 900, 950 to try and bring down 2 shields, essentially.
Yeah.
And Lightning Storm's going to hit those Phoenixes.
We have over 200k insight on the line here.
Holy smoke.
Everyone's going in. I've seen so many people drop 200 tickets each. 49 viewers. The Mechabellum community is all watching.
And
As we
48
see
of them
Assman,
are watching
Scorpion.
this stream.
Scorpion versus Scorpion Marksman versus Vulcan Phoenix. Who will win?
Yeah. Amp level 3 Scorpion with Assault Mode Marksman as support. So we were talking about this. This is not the spammed Assault Mode Marksman, right? This is Assault Mode Marksman as part of a balanced breakfast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I like it. I genuinely think he was looking for the war factories and then has decided against them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It did look like a good War Factory setup. And if he's done it in the past, he must have been thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, to leave the gaps, the perfect gaps as well.
Right.
This is okay, best partner. We see for the second time in this tournament, we see best partner. Like it.
It's looking like a good round for.
They are level 2 best partners, which is great.
A bunch of them, yep.
Wow, that shot from the Scorpion.
Yes, that's so painful. Holy smokes.
So much damage.
Oh,
Boom.
Yeah, you can't shoot air targets, can ya? Give us some experience, please. And 3 of the 4 shields down, so Dionis down 500 on shields now.
This is really ebb and flow. It's been a great game.
It is an impressive game.
Snap pick of Battleship from White of the Egg.
Big empty field back there. Shield airdrop has an interesting interaction with shield device specialist. Is that right? Where this shield does not get the bonus XP or the bonus hit points?
No, surely not.
Pants, is that correct?
Sorry, what was that?
shield airdrop and
No,
shield
I don't
defense
think it gets the
specialist?
benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not think those sync up.
Yeah, because
Wow,
it's
that's
specific to
annoying.
shield devices, not whatever the way this is phrased.
I sort of disagree with that, but
Well,
maybe
I
there's a
disagree
reason.
with it as a game design philosophy piece for sure, but I believe it's the way that the game is currently. We can test it in.
But maybe because it's so flexible and you can put it on your flanks, that
Right.
it's understandable that you can't then benefit from shield device specialist as well.
Right. It just seems like the sort of thing that you should allow to synergize. Will
Yeah.
the battleship in the middle be enough?
It's interesting.
Oh
Boom,
my
tower
god.
down.
Is this game? This is game.
This is
That's
game,
it.
right?
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah,
How
I
did
think
you not
that-
pick to defend against that?
Hey, listen, I forget to defend all the time. Boat drop is actually just broken right now.
Bird drop is amazing.
It's one of the reasons that a lot of the good aggro players, monks, etc., stopped playing Wonderboat, is because it's just, for how much it costs, it requires so much defense.
Right.
There's just no easy way to defend with it. It takes at least 2 deploys.
Boom.
Yeah.
GG. Well played, White of the Egg. Congratulations to our European Weekend Tournament number 34 champion. And in my opinion, the European tournament is the crown jewel of the weekend tournaments. It's the one that gets players from America, from Europe, from Asia. So that's going to make the White of the Egg the top player of the week for me. Congratulations. Well played. Brilliant job.
Yeah.
Dionis,
Wow.
what a run.
Seventh place in Asia is basically a first in Europe. What are you talking about?
Nah. Well, Dionis having a heck of a tournament in that they came, or a heck of a weekend in that they came fourth in the Asia tournament this morning and second here. So, 2 losses between the 2 tournaments. So, a heck of a run for Dionis. All right, let's step out to the main lobby. Was this the final match? Yeah, there was a lot of insight on the line in that game, wasn't there? Okay, going around the room, we'll work our way up from the bottom. We saw Sob knocked out in the first round. Drew went 0-2. Cheeseburglar never did ready up, we think. Cat dropped out after a single match. We'll come further up, we get to fair few at 1 and 3 dropping out there, but good performances from Sparty. Deep Dave top 25 finish. BellicoseDrake almost in the top 20. Sunnyside 18th. Azil came 12th. Well done. Very nice play. Baller top 10 finish. 9th place, just missing out on a badge. Tasty Bait 8th. CodiFly 7th. Vinny VDVC, the 4-0 start, does rally to win his last game after having to face Dionis twice. Unlucky. Places 6th, wins a badge. Well done. Well done. Reven 5th. Really good work. Knocked out by BellicoseDrake, their only loss on the way to a 6-1 finish. Reach, only loss was to the champion, the White of the Egg. So ran off 6 other wins. PlayArcher also only lost to the White of the Egg. And Dionis. So wait a minute, is this the case that 3 of the top 4 players' only loss was to the eventual champion? So the White of the Egg doing it the hard way beats Katsule, Reach, Xenermester, BellicoseDrake, Sunnyside, PlayArcher, and Dionis. That is a heck of a list of players to beat.
Yeah, good run.
Well done. Like, talk about doing it the hard way. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yes, Reven, the weekend tournaments are a big investment if you wind up going all 7 rounds. They take almost exactly 3 hours. They're pretty well timed for that. And that's if they go 7 rounds, right? If they go 6 rounds, they're a bit shorter. And we'll be back for the Americas tournament in 3 hours or so. I will try to have had dinner before then. I'm not even going to end the stream. We'll probably keep the stream going. Do some other fun things in the midst of it. And Pants, are you planning on joining us again to cast the evening tournament, or?
Yeah, I mean, at least shoot me a DM,
Yeah, sweet.
and I'll see what I'm up to.
If you are streaming, I'll drop something into your Twitch chat as well. Just the reminder that it exists.
Okay, cool.
Coolio. Stukov, I'm glad you had a good experience. And yeah, Reven, if you're a little bit don't want to commit the 3 hours on a weekend, the midweek tournaments on Wednesdays are much shorter. So you wind up with a group of 16. If we jump into here, it's not a group of 128 players. It's a group of 16 players, and they're seeded by all-time combat power. So you'll wind up with essentially players who should be about your level. Right, and even down in rookie groups, the bottom of the rookie groups, you'll have fun. You'll have good competitive matches. The bottom rookie group will be a couple players short. So, but yeah, the weekend tournaments, I think they're a lot of fun. Tournaments are triple elimination, so you saw, if you look at the rookie group, congratulations to Arcade Vault, the champion there. Don't recognize most of these names, but we did want to call out Stukov finishing 14th. Well done. But players got 6 matches if they were alive until the very end. Cheney, it just says a blank note for your name in the runner-up. Is that you? Is that you, Cheney? Hello. Congratulations on one heck of a tournament, Vinny. Very well done.
Yeah, good job, Vinny.
But you'll see players who, once they've had 3 losses, they're eliminated. So folks down here, Nothing Matters, Stanislav, Greycloak, didn't get a 6th match once they'd had a 3rd defeat. But Yep. We saw. We cast some of your games too, Vinny Vici. So 6th place overall finish, well deserved. Unlucky to have faced Dionis twice back to back. We felt for you for that one. That's a tough ask for sure. So, but still, your only loss was to one of the top 2 players, or your only losses there. Yes, if he had gone on to win, that's a couple extra minor points for you. But you had the minor points covered already, just on that. But yeah, that's hard.